Sales Director for the Inflammation Research Foundation. And today I have the pleasure of sitting with Dr. Barry Sears, President of the Inflammation Research Foundation. Dr. Sears, thanks so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
So Dr. Sears, over the past couple months, you've written extensively about the coronavirus. And one of the recent topics that's come up is the parallel between the coronavirus and the cytokine storm. So I wanted to see if you could kind of explain this concept of the cytokine storm to our listeners today.
Well, first of all, we had to explain what a cytokine is. A cytokine is a small protein that basically is the first responder to basically an injury, a microbial or physical injury. And what it does, it's released by the cell to one, alert nearby cells that are under inflammatory attack, and also to go into the bloodstream and activate the otherwise benign white cells and turn them into killing cells, killing machines, things called neutrophils and macrophages, and then act as flares that bring them to the site where they basically now carry out all-out biological war to basically fight the microbial infection.
So Dr. Sears, with the coronavirus, is it the exposure to the virus that then starts the cytokine storm, or is it happening before you're in contact with the virus and your immunity is low and you're just more susceptible?
It's the action of the virus starting the cytokine storm. But we also have within our body what is called the resolution response that basically allows us to turn off the inflammation and heal the damage. And that's basically the insidious aspect of the coronavirus. It apparently disables that part of the inflammatory response, so the cytokine storm continues to build until it becomes a tsunami of inflammation.
So what can we do to help our resolution response to optimize it?
Well, first of all, there's no drug that can do that. It's all controlled by the diet. Controlled by the diet at the level of hormonal and genetic control. And it's really composed of three parts. I call them the 3 R's. We have to, one, reduce inflammation, then resolve inflammation, and finally repair the damage of the inflammation.
And so Dr. Sears, what does this look like from the reduce, resolve, and repair? What does this look like in terms of the dietary factors that somebody would need to do? Like, what would a typical day be like?
Well, not so much a typical day, it's really a typical lifetime.
Well, that's true.
So what you want to be looking to say, how do I best reduce inflammation? I have to follow an anti-inflammatory diet. That's the zone diet. It was developed as that type of diet nearly 30 years ago. But that's only the first step to reduce the inflammation. Now we have to resolve it. Now we need the omega-3 fatty acids as building blocks to make hormones called resolvins that turn off the inflammation. And the final step is basically the repair. This is caused by having adequate levels of polyphenols in the diet that can activate the master gene transcription factor, AMPK, that causes repair of damaged tissue and turns off the cytokine storm. It's only when all three are working in unison as a relay team can you basically now come back to normal, and that's what we call healing.
Wow. So the good news is there's stuff that we can do on our end to optimize our resolution response, but it really is not something you're going to do overnight. You have to really be doing this for your life.
You do, but because it takes about 1 to 3 months to begin to optimize the resolution response. So what's the best time to get ready for being infected by the coronavirus? 1 to 3 months before it happens. And so because, again, it takes time to build up, but the day you stop following that type of dietary optimization of the resolution response, all the hormonal and genetic benefits dissipate within a matter of weeks.
Wow. So Dr. Sears, I know we've only touched the surface on this topic, but if people want to learn more about the cytokine storm and COVID-19 along with the resolution response, where do you recommend them going?
I recommend them going to our science site, DrSearscom, that goes into great detail about all aspects of inflammation and its resolution and repair. And there we'll be able to find not only the practical ways of how to basically activate your resolution response, but the theoretical underpinnings of this very exciting area of molecular biology.
Wow. Well, Dr. Sears, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.